This is the GameBloc Cast, Episode 3. I am your host, Richard Sherman, and this week I have with me...
Jonathan.
And Kenny.
So let's just get right into it. Jonathan, what have you been playing this week?
Well, Richie, you should know because we've been playing Monster Hunter, and I'm very offended that you don't remember. No, but we've been playing Monster Hunter... What?
What?
What did you say?
I said it used to be a common occurrence. Okay. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate.
Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. It's a game on the 3DS, but not on the Wii U for some reason. But that's a different story.
Yeah.
If you don't know Monster Hunter, you get big weapons and you kill big monsters, and it's really cool and really rewarding. I've been playing as the Switch X because it's really OP, and I like being all-powerful god. The Switch X, you can have big axe, and then I switch to big sword, and it's really powerful and fast. What did you have, Richie? I don't remember.
I had the Charge Blade, which is also OP and ridiculously fun to play as. Just the character animations in general, when you're like using the Charge Blade and it switches into another axe, which I guess makes it kind of a switch axe, and just watch it's just like all one fluid motion into a strike, and it just looks really good. The game just does a really good job of having really good animations, especially for a 3DS title.
Yeah, and it makes combat a lot more doable and enjoyable and rewarding. It's a really good game. We pick it up. It's $40 on the Nintendo eShop.
Yeah, but it goes on sale frequently.
Yeah, it goes on sale pretty often.
Yeah.
If you like killing big monsters, it's the game for you. The only gripe I have with it is that sometimes it can feel kind of fetch questy or grindy.
Yes.
But the reward for like killing a giant monster is just so satisfying. You'll get over that grinding hump real quick.
Yeah.
Does it still require the Circle Pad Pro?
No.
No, it does not.
Not if you have the new 3DS.
Well,
does it work on the old one?
Yes. Oh yeah, it works fine on the old one. Everything runs 60 FPS, like no problem.
Yeah, and the camera is moved around by using the touchscreen on the bottom. So if you don't have the new 3DS, you can still use it as a camera.
Or the D-pad.
Yes.
Yeah, that works well.
In my honest opinion, I think it's a really good multiplayer experience. Single player, it does pretty well, but hunting giant monsters with your friends is a fantastic time.
Yeah, and everything's a lot easier with your friends too, because you can help each other out. Fortunately, they do give you these cats.
Yes.
That can help you out and act as your friends. If you have none, you can get a cat friend.
Yes, your cat can be your friend.
And he does a pretty good job of helping you out, but it's definitely not as useful as just having your buddy there.
Yeah. And a new thing about this game that they didn't have in the previous titles is the ability to mount animals, which is super cool because you'll just jump off. You'll basically just jump off a hill on top of the monster and start doing damage to it while it's trying to kick you off, kind of like a rodeo kind of deal. And it's just a super fun experience. The whole game feels a lot faster than previous Monster Hunter titles, even though you're still kind of bulky and slow as a hunter, but different things like the mounting mechanic and things like that really add to the game itself and makes it a little quicker.
Yep. All right, that's all I have to say about the game. And other than that, I've been playing some Resident Evil 4, which has just gotten gross and annoying at the same time because bosses start splitting in half and having giant claws on them, and Ashley's and she's useless. You have to throw her in a dumpster for her to be able to do anything.
Yeah,
whole different topic, but yeah, that's
she's
pretty
the
much all I've been
president's
playing.
daughter, so that's important.
Yeah, so she has to be useless.
Wow.
But yeah, that's all I've been playing so far. How about you, Richie?
Sorry. So I've been playing this game called Firewatch, which probably everyone listening to this podcast has probably heard of by now.
Nope.
Nope, you
Yeah,
haven't heard
can't
of it.
say I have.
Nope. I
Really?
saw it. I didn't even see it in the notes.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. So,
I've heard of it, but I have no idea what it is.
Firewatch is a walking simulator,
Hey, sweet.
which okay, which makes it sound weird, but so it's not actually like a simulator where you're trying to walk around physically. But it's kind of like Gone Home. Have either of you know about that game or what it's like?
Yeah, the one with the like Nightmare Before Christmas esque art style. That's what I'm thinking about.
I don't know if that's it. That's Don't Starve, I
Oh
think.
yeah, wrong game.
That's
Yep.
pretty different.
No,
Then I have no idea.
So basically, it's kind of a game where you walk around as the main character, and events unfold in the story. Kind of like there's not really there's not a whole lot of gameplay mechanics to it. Like there's no like attack button or things like that. You're like just walking around, kind of going on an adventure, but not really doing anything intensive gameplay wise. Just walking
Mhm.
around like an open environment as story elements unfold. Like it's pretty cool. Like it makes more sense when you see it. So Firewatch is an amazing game where you're a fire watchman in the Wyoming National Park, in a made up Wyoming National Park, and like the whole like all the graphics and everything of the national park are just amazing. Like it's really colorful, it's lush, especially during sunset and stuff with all the shadows and everything. It's a really beautiful game. Um, so anyway, back to the story. It's just really nice. Like it's a really nice experience. The story's really good. It's really gripping and mysterious. Uh, I don't want to talk about the story too much, just because spoilers, and that's kind of what this game's all about, is its story. So I don't want to ruin it. Uh, but walking around in the wilderness is really cool, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Especially virtually.
I just looked at the trailer and it looks like a beautiful game. The lighting's amazing. They have real grass everywhere. The colors are great. They got green forests and yellow other places, canyons and stuff.
Yeah,
It
and
looks really good.
the voice acting's really good too. The conversations you have between like the main fire watchman lady, Delilah, is amazing. And it really adds to the playability because there's multiple different things you can say when you'll find like a spade on a log, just like a garden trowel or whatever, and you'll pick it up and ask her what it is, and she'll just be like, "I'm pretty sure that spade is used for like like shoveling, like burying your crap when you're done with it." Like, and
Mhm.
so like there's several different, and then obviously your guy's just like, ah, ew, disgusting. I can't believe I actually held that. And there's just so many things to look around in and explore. Like there were some times when like I just wanted more conversation, even though there's a lot of it already in the game. So I like walk around and like try and see if I can click on a tree and report it into her so she can talk about it and they can have a good conversation. Like it's just a really well done game with a really good environment. The story doesn't disappoint, I would say. Like it's really gripping. The game's only 3.5 hours long too, so I think so around there. So if you guys have the chance to pick it up, you could probably do it in one sitting, but you could play it multiple times and kind of have a unique experience each time. So I really liked it, so I recommend it. And the other game I've been playing with Kenny, is The Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes, which is a great game.
It's the best game.
It's the best game. It's definitely different from most other Zeldas. It's reminiscent of Legend of Zelda Four Swords Adventures,
Yeah, but
where
the biggest problem in Four Swords was you'd kill each other a lot. So now you
yes,
share health.
yes, you share health, so that's a really big deal because then your trolley friend can't throw you down the pit without it affecting him too. So,
Hmm.
and it's a cooperative game. It's not competitive in any way, shape, or form. It's a three-player game, which is kind of weird. But each player controls a link, and you have to go through each different area and solve all the puzzles and everything. And it's just really like you can't go through this all by yourself. You can't carry the whole team. you have to be cooperative or else you will not be able to get through the level at all.
Yeah, one of the major gameplay mechanics is you can stack on top of each other.
The totem.
Yes, you totem, and you got to hit switches that are higher up than just one of you can reach, or you have to throw somebody onto a ledge. And I can't imagine trying to do that with 4 people, 3 strangers.
Yes.
Trying to coordinate all of that over the internet is just
This is a mess.
impossible. Even with their communication system.
Yes. So, because this game doesn't have voice chat, so that's a big problem. But it's a Nintendo game. What Nintendo game has voice chat? But me and Kenny just talk over Skype, so that really helps and makes it a really much better experience. But I couldn't imagine how difficult it would be with two strangers, and all you have to communicate are these little tiny emojis which are amazing. Don't get me wrong, but it does not help that much, I don't think.
Yeah, I think the most.
Go ahead.
Oh, I think that the most you can actually say with the emojis is over here. And then you have to be there to get them to go there.
Yes. It's just like over here or item or so it's just like Link holding up like a fire rod or something saying item. And so that's trying to insinuate that you have to use your item here. And it's crazy. It's super fun though. My favorite part are the challenges. So once you beat each area, you get 3 challenges per area that you get to try and challenge, I guess is what I'm trying to say. One of my favorites is a Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles-esque one, which is carry the orb, which one player carries the orb, and like there's a specific like circumference around you that
you start to take damage really fast if you step outside of the circle.
Yes, the circle that is given to you. So it's a lot like Final Fantasy, and it's just really crazy and fun.
You have to go through all these puzzles where you just split up before you'd work on your own thing, and then you'd make it through. But you have to stick so close together all around this orb. It makes it a lot harder.
Yes, there's times where someone has to go sit on a button while the other 2 go off and have to, step on several other switches to get that player back to them. So that player is like losing health while they're carrying the orb across like this, basically a cliff, I think was one level where they had to like wait on platforms and get across the entire cliff before they could press a button that allows that player to come through. So like it's kind of stressful, especially when you have other players that are less than cooperative.
Yeah.
So which happens a lot. So if you have 3 friends, it's really good. But
or 2 friends.
Yeah, 2 friends, it's great. That's what I meant to say. But it also adds a little bit of variety when Kenny and I play. Like we have no idea how this other player is going to act.
Yeah,
and usually they're pretty good. Oh, what were you going to say, Kenny?
Oh, sometimes we make no progress at all because the guy won't do anything. He has to shoot a bomb flower, but he won't.
Yeah.
He doesn't get it.
Mm-hmm. Or they'll just be really mean and just, throw you off edges and kill you, or, just try to do everything himself, or, hog everything, which
there was
great.
One guy, he just... he made sure that he was the one that completed every puzzle.
Yes.
Every single one. He had to be the one that made it to the end. And it kind of made sense in Four Swords, because at the end you were ranked on how many Force gems you got. Mm-hmm. So someone actually came in first. But this is like a truly cooperative game. They got rid of all the competitive scoring. They got rid of all of that.
Yeah.
He just needed to be the one.
He just needed to be the one. I think that was ProLink, right? That was ProLink.
I think ProLink I think was worse. He was
yeah, ProLink was awful. He was the absolute worst. So we were stuck in the first area of the third area of the volcano place.
I can't remember what it was.
I can't remember which one. But he wouldn't even let us do anything. He would just throw us in the pit or throw us in the lava and things like that. So it really was awful because we couldn't ever get anything done.
Yeah, he kept picking the same level too. So we thought, oh, maybe he accidentally picked the wrong one. He wanted us to commit suicide so we could pick another one. But when we did that, he just chose the same level again and tried to keep us from doing anything.
Yeah, so that was really that can ruin an experience, I think, to be honest. Like that game is really fun and is probably the most fun I've had in a Zelda game in quite a long time. But definitely not as a single player experience, more in a multiplayer experience. But you gotta have like, yourself included, 3 people that are team players. You don't want to be a pro Link.
No, don't be a pro Link.
Yes,
It's not so pro.
not so pro when you can't get anything done.
Nope.
So yeah, that's about it. I think it's definitely worth the time and experience, especially if you have friends. If you're just trying to play this single player, I don't think I could really recommend it, just because it's a lot more difficult because you have to control the other 2 links yourself. So I
Yeah,
can't imagine that being the most fun.
it's like taking turns with yourself, which just makes everything really slow and not nearly as exciting.
Yep, and makes you feel alone.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's about it for me. Kenny, what have you been playing?
Well, mostly I've been playing Osu, but that's not very interesting to talk about. You click a lot of circles.
Yeah,
But
it's Elite Beat Agents, but on a computer and much more difficult.
I think more
yeah.
people know what Osu is than whatever you just said, Richie.
Firewatch?
No, BB agents or whatever it's called.
Oh,
Elite Beat
Elite Beat
Agents?
Agents.
Sure. BB8 the agent.
Elite
This,
Beat Agents. I don't know. That game is amazing. It's on the DS. Check it out. Anyway,
Which
Kenny.
is Osu for the DS. Anyways, go ahead.
yeah. Well, so I think it was yesterday I got Undertale. I'm kind of late to the game on that one. It was all the
Late to the
rage.
game.
A little bit.
Yeah,
Aha!
yeah, it was all the
Buns.
rage a couple months ago, I think. Maybe
It's still kind
longer.
of raging hard on Tumblr, but
There, yeah,
yeah.
it's
Never mind.
still everywhere. But I was initially reluctant to play it just because everyone was freaking out about it. That usually means it's
Garbage.
something. It means that it had one catchy moment and everyone thought, oh my god, that was the best. We're going to talk about this for the next month and you will never hear the end of it. But I'm actually really glad I started playing it. I think I'm about halfway through and it's super fun. The combat is amazing. The you can either fight things or you can talk to the people.
Yeah, you can like
And
befriend them.
yeah,
The
you can try to
monsters.
convince them to not want to fight you, or you can
Okay,
pester them
so
until they don't care.
yeah, so I've actually played through Undertale already, and I've already done everything in it. Please tell me you haven't killed anyone yet.
Uh, uh, I don't want to name names, but I can't because I forget who their name.
Oh,
The very first person that saves you, like right at the beginning.
okay, Toriel.
Yeah, Toriel. I killed her by accident. She had like 200 HP and wasn't gonna do anything, and then I got a critical hit and did like 400. And
Ugh.
I thought it was like a story thing, just because I was doing 40 damage at a time before.
Yeah, what that game will do is like if you're close enough to the end of a boss, it'll just finish the rest out for you, which is but yeah, you kind of ruined your ending, dude.
Yeah, it was an accident, I swear.
I
Nice.
would definitely recommend playing through it. I mean, it's gonna suck, but playing through it without killing anyone, you get a fantastic ending. And then playing through it with killing everyone, you get a awfully fantastic ending. But I don't want to spoil anything because it's a very story-driven game.
No, that's what I've
It's
heard. Don't spoil this game if possible.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a great game. It's $10. You should go buy it. I
Yeah.
mean, it's cheap. But go ahead, whatever you were
If you
gonna say
like
about it.
RPGs, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
well,
mean,
I'm
even or
playing
if you
it.
just like a good story, I would recommend it.
Oh, okay.
I'm having a great time with the story. The humor reminds me of Earthbound. You
Oh
can
yeah.
Yes.
inspect pretty much everything you see a I don't know, I can't think, a rock. You see a rock and you try to talk to it, and something will be said about the rock. The game will have your thoughts on that rock or the tree or something. It's really cool.
What?
And
Yeah.
I'm actually playing it. Mostly the reason I'm not trying to kill anyone is because I like dodging their attacks so much. That's my favorite thing about the combat system. Your soul is a little heart icon in the middle of a box, and
Yes.
your opponents, they throw stuff at you, and you have to dodge it with the arrow keys.
Awesome.
And I would play the game if it were just a lot of that,
Nice.
but it's
Yeah.
that fun dodging their attacks.
That sounds like a
Great
neat game. I honestly don't know a whole lot about it. I know like it's a really big deal, and a lot of people have been playing it.
It was
But-
made in Game Maker, and you can tell.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
I mean, graphically speaking, it's nothing too impressive, but that's not. I don't think that's what the developer was trying to get at.
no, and
I think
it
it's-
does look a lot better in person than in screenshots.
That's
It's
definitely true.
a lot more fun to play than it was to look at it in the few videos I saw.
All
Richie
right.
knowing very little about the game is actually probably the best thing about it.
You
Yeah.
should play it before you learn anything.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. It's
Anyway.
like I said, it's $10. I mean, you're not taking too much of a gamble on it.
All right. Well, yeah, I'll probably check it out at some point.
Also, great soundtrack, fantastic soundtrack.
Oh yeah, it's and there's a working piano, and I played Grand Designs by Rush.
Oh,
and it was
man,
super
awesome.
cool. Anyway,
Yeah,
there was one oh what was
No,
that?
go. Please go ahead.
Oh, there was one other game I played. I think it was this week. My friend got into the alpha test for a game called ClusterTruck. It's
Ooh.
by Landfall Games. Landfall Games.
Yes.
And their website is landfallgamestudio.com. You can go there to sign up for the alpha. You're randomly selected to actually be able to download it. But it's a super fun game. You're like in a desert. Not sure why you're in a desert, but you're in a desert, at least in the levels I played. And you're trying to get to the goal. You start out on top of a big semi-truck, and there are a bunch of semi-trucks around you. And after the timer counts down, they just go for the goal. You have to jump from truck to truck as they crash into each other, crash into obstacles. And you have to not fall off and make it to the goal.
So it's one big cluster truck.
Yes,
Exactly.
it is.
Yes.
And it's actually super fun. The physics are pretty good. Most of the time they make sense. They have this slow motion thing, and they're working on adding more power-ups. And the graphics actually look pretty good, especially for like an alpha game.
yeah, it was made in Unity, right?
I'm pretty sure it was.
So was
Yeah.
Firewatch, by the way.
Yeah.
It was also done by in Unity.
Yeah, which really shows how much of a tank Unity is becoming,
Yeah.
and their physics engine is fantastic,
Mm-hmm.
especially
Yes, it
for
is.
free.
And a lot of people say you can't make a great graphical experience in Unity, and I beg to differ because
Yeah.
Firewatch looks amazing.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah they it's a pretty powerful engine for how not costing any money it is.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Is that it about ClusterTruck, Kenny?
Yeah, as far as I know, you can go to their website to sign up for the alpha, and you should totally do that. That's at landfallgamestudio.com.
All right.
Swedish company.
Cool.
News.
Okay.
News.
All right. I guess we'll go into news. No Assassin's Creed this year.
I'm happy.
That's interesting. Yeah. No,
I'm
I
so
agree.
happy. They've been releasing broken game after broken game for a
Yes.
while. And
Yes, they have.
I think they just need to stop and
Take a breather.
gather all their belongings and be like, what do we have here? We have a bunch of broken games. Let's not make a broken game.
Yes.
And then, hopefully not do that.
Yeah, I know. Because the problem is that usually Assassin's Creed games are actually pretty dang good.
But you can't play them.
Yes, well, you can months afterwards when they release patches to fix the game, but Unity is definitely the one that holds that to them. Like it's the one that just had so many bugs that made it basically unplayable for some people.
Especially for PC players.
Yeah, I think Syndicate was a lot better, from what I understand. But
Well, it was made on an older console that they already kind of knew.
No, that's Rogue, I think.
Oh yeah,
I'm talking about the
right.
newest one, Syndicate, that just came out in November. But not a lot of people really cared about it because they're just like, ugh, another Assassin's Creed, which I think it's great that they're taking a break because people could get excited about Assassin's Creed again.
Right.
Like,
instead of being like, Assassin's Creed, I have to buy that again.
Yeah, exactly. Because like Syndicate is interesting because it takes place in Industrial Revolution London.
That
is weird.
Which is super cool, but no one really cared about the game. I mean, some people did, obviously, but it just didn't hit the sales numbers as the previous Assassin's Creed games just because everyone just said, it's another Assassin's Creed game. There's going to be another one next year. Even with some new mechanics, it just feels like Assassin's Creed. I'm tired of Assassin's Creed,
Right.
So I think them waiting is smart because it'll give more people like time to cool off on Assassin's Creed and then slowly build up hype for a new one because they're like, hey, I want another Assassin's Creed, and there wasn't one last year. Kind of like Pokemon. There wasn't an official release last year, and I've been kind of hankering towards a new Pokemon game.
Was Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby, that was 2014?
2014 came out the same day as Smash Wii U.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Should we talk about the system requirements and how kind of crazy they are?
Of what?
Of Quantum Break?
Yeah, Quantum Break. So Quantum Break was a game announced exclusively for the Xbox One. But now it was
System requirements can't be much.
Yeah, well, you'd think that. But it just got announced for PC recently. And so the minimum requirements were released, and it's insane. So you need Windows 10, a 4th gen i5.
You need Windows 10. Let's not just browse over that.
It says
you need Windows 10.
Minimum requirements, Windows 10.
You cannot play this game on Windows 8 even.
I don't think so. But the thing is that Microsoft's like forcing Windows 10 upon people by calling it an update. So it's okay. Anyway, so you need a 4th gen Intel i5 at 2.7 gigahertz.
Wow.
And then an AMD FX 6300. And so the minimum GPU is a NVIDIA GeForce GTX 760 or an R7 260, AMD. Okay, the RAM is ridiculous. You need a minimum of 8 gigabytes of RAM.
Just to play the game?
Minimum just to play the game, I guess. And then
Holy
VRAM
cow.
is 2 gigs. Hard drive space, 55 gigabytes.
Oh my god.
Which is a huge amount. And then DirectX 12 is necessary. So do you want to hear
crazy to me?
What?
I got the recommended here. I can rant about the recommended.
Yeah.
So again, Windows 10's required, which kind of sucks, but oh well. And then they want Intel Core i5 4690
at 3.9 gigahertz.
Oh my god!
That's so fast.
That's recommended?
Yes.
Yeah, that's recommended. That's not even ultra. There's a third block for ultra settings.
Oh
and
my gosh.
or the AMD equivalent. They don't even give you the AMD.
Like AMD,
equivalent.
I don't know if it's possible.
No.
But anyway.
And then they want a GTX 970. That's a
my
$300 card.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Or a 390.
Which
AMD
is an even
equivalent.
more expensive card. I believe it's like $400 or $500.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know much about how the AMD cards are priced. But look at the RAM. Look at the RAM.
Ben! Oh my god, the RAM.
It's
What's
16
gigabytes.
recommended.
Oh my gosh.
For recommended.
I miss recommended in so many ways.
Yes.
And
I
then
do
the
too.
VRAM is 4 gigs.
Which
They
is
want a
what's on the
4 gig
970.
graphics card.
Which is on the 970.
Yeah, I think that's...
Still.
You can get
Not all
a
90
smaller 970, I think.
Yeah, you can. They're usually way less expensive too. The 4 gig 970s are pretty pricey.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then 55 gigs and DirectX 12. Here's the ultra settings, all right? I want you to hold on to your jimmies because they're going to be rustled pretty hard.
Okay, I'm ready.
an Intel Core i7-4790 at 4 gigahertz.
Oh my
Or
god.
the AMD equivalent, which there might not even be an
is there an
equivalent.
AMD equivalent? I don't think there is.
And then a 980 Ti, which is more powerful than a Titan. It has more power, just less RAM.
Wow.
It's a $600 card.
And then 16 gigs of RAM, which is the same. The thing that baffles me the most, though, is that that's basically the Xbox One version, the one that it was announced, was initially announced for. The thing they said was probably going to be the only system that it'll be on, obviously, because it's a Microsoft Studios game, can barely run the minimum settings.
Oh my god. Like the average user cannot play this game.
Yeah, no.
No.
I can barely play this game, and my computer is relatively good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have a 3rd gen i5. I don't know how well it's going to do. But, I mean, I do have a 970, which will help. But still, I don't have 16 gigs of RAM. That's an expensive proposition.
That is a lot of RAM. I'm surprised they weren't like 16 gigs of DDR4, because go kill yourself.
Yeah, it's just insane. Like, so does that mean, like, I have to start upgrading my computer soon? Like,
I wouldn't be surprised if this is the only game that's going to be like this in the near future.
I hope so.
You're probably going to be fine with your $500 or $600 rig right now. Don't go upgrading just for Assassin's Creed, because then they're going to release a patch and
Quantum
it's
Break.
going to be. Yeah, I mean,
You indented it under Assassin's Creed.
Oh, I'm sorry. Quantum Break looks like a cool game, though. It's by the same people who made Alan Wake, so it should be pretty neat. Because that game's amazing. Anyway.
Calming down now.
Yeah, calming down. Pretty basic news here. New Splatfest for Splatoon, which is kind of cool. Based on Pokemon.
Ooh.
Do you like red
Splatoon.
version or blue version better?
Blue.
Blue. Why blue, Jonathan?
I think it's just sentimental. It's the first game I ever played was Pokemon Blue, so it's probably just nostalgic. Excuse me. I don't know. I just like the color blue more.
Well, my first game was Pokemon Yellow, but I can't choose that.
Nope.
No, that's... I was just about to go look up the version exclusive Pokemon so I could make an educated decision. I'd go with red because you have Scyther.
Oh, yeah,
I think
that's pretty good.
Red has Arcanine and
wow.
Blue has
Ninetales, yeah.
Ninetales.
Well, in Red and Blue, Ninetales was actually pretty beastly, but
but
he's kind of
6 gens, not so great. But Arcanine has been consistently fantastic the entire time.
Yeah. Arcanine's amazing.
Yeah. And so as far as Splatfest goes, this is probably one of the more interesting options, like one of the more interesting Splatfest debates, just because the last one was like pirates or ninjas. Do you like marshmallows or hot dogs roasted over a fire? The other coolest one that's been out is like Autobots versus Decepticons, which I think is pretty cool. And so I hope they keep making interesting Splatfest options later down the road that are kind of like this, because I think it's a way more interesting thing to do.
Yeah. Now, didn't they say they'd reached the final Splatoon update recently?
Yes, they did, but apparently at the Splatoon concert in Japan, which had holographic Squid Sisters.
I saw that.
Yeah.
That was pretty great.
Yeah, one of the main developers of Splatoon apparently just leaked saying we kind of might have more content later down the road, so we'll see, I guess.
Oh, cool.
I hope there is, because that game is super fun.
And
I think
it looks like
Go ahead.
Oh, and it looks like they're going to keep doing Splatfests anyway.
Yeah, which is awesome, because you can never... It's a great reason to go back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you're going to start seeing the end of Wii U updates soon.
Wii U anything.
Yeah, because the NX is on its way out.
Is upon us. Well, at some point, they still haven't really announced it as of now. But
and we only have patent leaks to kind of...
Yeah, even then, though, it could be different because they don't always stick to the patent,
Exactly, yeah.
So, that's a whole nother rabbit hole that we don't need to go down at the moment. So,
yeah, we'll go down it when we have more information.
Yes, we will. So Speaking of Wii U, Star Fox Zero might be delayed again.
Woo,
Again,
surprised me again.
Again, yeah. So it was
I
supposed
was
to.
surprised.
Yeah, so initially it was supposed to come out in November, in lieu like to replace Zelda Wii U, but that got delayed. There's a pattern here, and so it
Oh,
got delayed back to March or April, I think. Star Fox Zero.
oh wow.
But now apparently it's not up to Nintendo's quality standards, I think. If it didn't pass quality assurance or something, then it'll be delayed again. So we could be seeing it coming out late this summer, which is weird because they said it was definitely going to come out in October
Yeah,
and it's
that's
going to
like
be a great holiday item.
Pikmin 3 release window Wii U,
Yep.
and it came out almost a year later.
Mhm. It
Mm-hmm.
was, yeah. So, I mean, I don't really have a problem with it because,
No,
to be honest, I was kind of underwhelmed with the way Star Fox Zero looked at E3 last year.
mhm.
Like, it didn't wow me in any way, shape, or form. I was just like, that's Star Fox.
Yep, this is
Woo!
definitely Star Fox. I don't
It's
know. I'm not. I don't want to say I'm glad they delayed it because I'm kind of edging for another good Star Fox game.
That's true.
But I don't want them to release a crappy Star Fox
yeah,
game.
better late than buggy,
Yeah,
like you were
exactly.
saying about
Better.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yes.
better late than Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know what that means, though, because that means pretty much all the Wii U has really is Twilight Princess HD. And
Ugh,
that's kind of it. Like,
and that's not even an original game. It's
exactly.
not even original remaster of the game. I mean, it's been remastered once before.
Twilight
Has
Princess?
it?
No, it hasn't.
No,
I
it hasn't.
had thought it was. Oh
No.
wait, no, that's not it. Never mind.
Wind Waker
Yeah,
was
Uh-huh.
remastered. No, Twilight Princess hasn't been remastered yet. But yeah, it comes out in March, and I don't know if there's any other Wii U thing coming out that other than like Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem, but that hasn't been heard of in a while. It was released
Uh,
in Japan but didn't sell very well, so I guess we'll see if it comes out here or not. I hope it does, because
What's the story on a Pokken tournament?
Pokken Tournament 2 is also coming out.
Okay,
Not as
Oh,
in second one, but as well.
so there's two.
that's
So there's two
the
games. So I mean that's kind of it though.
yeah. I think some changes are gonna be made at Nintendo pretty soon because I saw I don't know if it's true. It could be fake. Who knows? But it was on Reddit where they're saying like basically they want to start over with young new people who kind of understand how
Yes.
the
And
gaming universe works
well
a
they've been
little bit
doing
more.
that. Like Splatoon was entirely made by relatively young people at Nintendo.
And it's been extremely successful.
It's 4 million something copies,
Yeah.
which is insane on a thing that's only sold like 12 million units. So
Yeah,
that's a pretty high attachment rate. And the way
for a third of the Wii U's to have the game, that's pretty
it's pretty
impressive.
crazy. Like, I mean, I think apparently Splatoon is also like, as far as sales numbers goes, is outpacing Mario Kart
Oh
in
Really?
wow,
sales. So like at some point, if it keeps going, it has the momentum that it has now, will surpass Mario Kart 8 in attachment rate. And Mario Kart 8 has like 50% attachment rate on the Wii U, which is insane.
that's
Jeez.
crazy. Almost as good as Wii Sports.
Well, that's because it came with the Wii.
Yeah,
Yeah. Still a
Best
good
Wii game
though.
right there.
It's true.
it's actually super fun. I was playing it the other day, not the other day, the other month last year, and it was really fun.
I was playing it
Quick
the other year. It was great.
quick
Uh-huh.
debate: Wii Sports or Wii Sports Resort?
Wii
Wii
Sports.
Go.
Sports, because you can box.
Really? Oh yeah. Okay.
Resort's fun. There's just so much you can like. There's only so much frisbee throwing to a dog you can do. You know,
Yeah, the sword
then-
fights were cool, but
it's really weird.
yeah.
Whenever I played it, I just ended up, or the people I was fighting, it just ended up just waggling their sword all over the place and then winning. And it's like, well, it's kind of broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought the games in Wii Sports were really good. I think they weren't too crazy. You know,
Mhm.
like some of the games are kind of weird in Wii Sports Resort. It's like, how is this supposed to be like wholesome when it comes to like motion controls, like wakeboarding? in
Yeah.
Wii
Oh
Sports
yeah.
Resort. It's like I'm just gonna move the Wiimote around, and this is definitely what wakeboarding feels like, right? I
Though
mean,
bowling in resort was a lot better. I will
that's what I've
admit.
It
heard.
was way better.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I really liked the plane flying. Like even if you like had done everything, it was just kind of relaxing to fly around Woohoo Island.
Yeah.
I spent hours doing that.
Yes, it is. It is fun. It's oddly fun to explore that island, and I
Mhm.
don't even know why. Like like you could fly into that volcano at the top, which was kind of cool.
Uh-huh.
Extremely dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, why would you build a resort where there's an active volcano? I mean, I know Hawaii does that
I
or
mean,
whatever, but like,
I mean, it wasn't as active as Woohoo's volcano. It literally was just open.
yeah, there was lava. You
uh,
could see lava inside of it. Like,
yeah, but that
I don't
doesn't
know if
mean
I
it's
want to do that.
active,
Uh,
does it?
That's true, but I mean, if there's lava in it, I don't know if
Uh,
you'd still want to build.
I don't know. It's got to be
yeah.
pretty warm there all the time, right?
Hmm.
I mean, it is in a tropical area.
Yeah.
I
That's the
mean,
joke.
we are talking about like weather in a video game. Like, I don't think we have to talk about geography for Wii
Well,
Sports
you,
Resort.
well, you see, it's only 40 kilometers away from the equator, so it's gonna be warm 90% of the year, Richie.
You sure about that?
No, but I
Well,
just like saying numbers because it makes me sound smart.
it'll be warm closer to 93% because of the volcano.
Yes,
Right,
Hmm.
you're right.
That's why
Sorry.
they chose it.
magma.
Saves on their electric bill.
Yeah, why was there a castle? Like, why was there just a castle just sitting there right next to the volcano?
Why
Uh,
was there a sword fighting stadium that hovered above water, Richie?
It
so that
didn't
you could
hover.
knock each other off.
So that's what you do with the castle is just knock each other off. Yeah, I
No,
mean, it was
the
right on the
castle.
cliff.
The
No, you
castle was
fly a
there so
plane
that you
into it.
could. The castle's there so you could fight all the samurai guys and go to the castle. I think.
All
Yeah, I
right, I
guess.
actually really enjoyed doing that too. That was
Yeah,
Yeah,
really
that
fun.
was fun.
I
I
mean,
think as a multiplayer experience, the original one wins just because the multiplayer games were
Sports.
more variety. Yeah,
There's like
and
baseball and boxing and golf and
Mm.
bowling. What else was there?
uh,
There's one more.
tennis.
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 No,
Right.
that's
Tennis
a
was
big one.
amazing.
Yeah. Wii Sports Resort, though, I think, like, the games were, like, I guess when it comes to single player, makes more sense.
Yeah, they were a lot better in single player.
And also, I think the Wii Sports Resort suffers a little bit just because Wii Sports was, it was like a weird cutting edge, like, amazing thing
Well, that's
yeah,
what the
this
using
first
motion
Wii Sports.
controls.
Oh yeah.
No,
Yeah,
that's
it's
what I
like-
was saying.
This great display of motion technology.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Where
Wait-
Wii Sports Resort was kind of just like, hey, we got this new gyro sensor.
which was impressive on its own, but I don't think they marketed that well enough for people to
Definitely
be
not.
like, "Wow, this game is completely unique."
And then people like once they stopped selling them as packages together, the Wiimote Plus sensor and the game itself, and they would just start selling the game by itself. People would buy it and then not have the sensor, and they'd be like, "Well, it's broken, can't do it."
Yep. Yeah, it's hard implementing new hardware for your controller that you need to play some games with because some people just won't buy it.
Yeah.
So you have to include it in the game, but once you start including it, then
Yeah, well, I mean that's a problem with like used games where it
Yeah.
usually doesn't come with used hardware as well.
and that was before the digital downloading era for Nintendo.
Mhm.
So like if you downloaded that game digitally, like you wouldn't have Wii Motion Plus inside of it.
You'd still have to go to a store to buy some hardware, which was kind of opposite of what you were trying to do.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, there you go.
All
Thanks
the
to-
latest news about Wii Sports.
Yeah, a game that's almost 10 years old.
Oh God, I
Hope
feel
that
old.
makes you feel old.
Mhm.
So Fire Emblem Fates comes out this week, so I'm super excited about that.
Really, I have no money to buy games.
Well, that's a bummer because you need a lot of money to buy all the Fire Emblem versions.
Oh yeah, that's the one where you've got how
Like-
many versions?
3.
3.
3?
Looks like I'll need $120.
No. You only need 80.
Only
'Cause-
80?
Because once you buy one version, you can buy the digital version of the other two games for $20 a piece.
Huh.
Except
That's-
Revelations, which is the third storyline, which is you're supposed to beat one of the other two first before playing that one.
Wait.
Because there's
Wait,
spoilers and stuff.
So
so
wait a
can you still
second.
buy it for $20?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
but you just
All right.
need the other games. What I'm gonna do is that if you have Amazon Prime gives you discounts to games. Because I want the physical versions. Because having 3 different Fire Emblem games on your digital memory for,
Ooh,
well, not
yeah,
digital
that's
memory,
gonna take
but
up a
just for
lot
your
of
3DS would
space.
take up a lot
Probably
of space.
all of it.
Which I barely have any because Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate was downloaded recently.
God,
So it took up a lot of my space. So,
I had to
but
delete 2 games to play that game.
yeah, so if you need to buy the physical copies, you don't get the discount, but at Amazon, you get like $10 off for like the first 2 weeks and if you pre-order it if you have Prime. So, buying the 2 physical versions, like buying Birthright and Conquest physically will cost the same as getting one physically and buying one and downloading it.
Okay, and then what about the third? Do you spend $30 on the
Is
third one?
the third one is I'm pretty sure is still $20. But
Oh,
the thing
okay.
is you can't get the physical one. There's no physical
Oh,
version of that game unless you have the special edition, which will be like 10 people in America because
Oh.
that's about as many as they sold. I mean, like, because you can't pre-order it anymore.
okay.
And even GameStop like sent out a message to all its employees saying if anyone ordered the special edition of Fire Emblem Fates past like November 23rd, you're not getting it.
Oh, wow.
So
That's interesting then, because they're trying to push or digital downloading more and more to the point where
Mhm.
you can't even get a physical version of that game very easily.
well, like Revelation is well the thing is you're not supposed to buy Revelation separately. I mean like
Mhm.
as a standalone game just
And
because it
they
adds
kind of
more to the
want you
story.
to, yeah, I see what you're saying.
So
And they
treating it
also
as
made
DLC makes sense.
they made Pikmin 3 a digital only too, didn't they?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
No, that's great that you said that because they just released more Nintendo Selects for the
Oh.
3DS, the Wii, and the Wii U. And one of the Wii U games is Pikmin 3, and it's $30, and it's a physical version. So there you go.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
wow!
Okay.
I've yet to play Pikmin 3. Might be
It's
a good time to pick it
amazing.
up.
It's might be the best Pikmin, I think.
Really, even after Pikmin 2.
It's
I feel that way.
it's a little bit
Wow.
more RTS and management. You
Definitely.
spend a lot more time on your map than you did in the other ones, but
Mhm.
definitely really fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have 3 characters to play with, right?
yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
That's what I was gonna say. So there's a lot more management going on. So obviously, since it's Pikmin 3 and there's 3 people, that means Pikmin 4 is gonna have 4 people, which will be a
And then they'll
madhouse.
have a team versus. That'll be
Yes,
worth it.
Bingo Battle V2.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully, I don't know. Um, yeah, and Pikmin 4 should. Miyamoto said they were almost done with it.
Wait,
So
really?
yeah, like he just like he had like there was an interview released in like July or something last year where he just like you know just casually said, "Oh yeah, we're almost done with Pikmin 4 by the way." And it's just like,
What the
"Wait,
heck?
what?"
Dude,
So,
that's crazy because like the gap between Pikmin 1 and Pikmin 2 wasn't very long, and Pikmin 2 to Pikmin 3 was like
took for
years.
years cuz they couldn't find a version that they liked on the Wii.
Yep, and then Pikmin 3 to Pikmin 4 is gonna be short again. That's weird to me.
Yeah, I don't know. And then it'll from Pikmin 4 to Pikmin 5 will take forever.
Yeah, probably because they're
Either
gonna have to try to figure out how to use the NX, and that's not gonna happen.
Well, it
either that
depends what
or
happens.
everything might just be on the NX. They might push Star Fox Zero, the new Zelda,
Yeah,
Pikmin.
that's what I was thinking. They'll just push it all, and it'll all those weird in between games like uh, Zelda Wii U and Star Fox Zero will be like Twilight Princess and be on the Wii U or the NX,
Oh yeah.
which would be weird.
hmm
That would be interesting because the graphical difference between the GameCube and Wii versions of Twilight Princess weren't very big, but I feel like a Wii U and NX version of each game would be like drastically different in graphic style.
Maybe we don't know.
Yeah.
Nintendo's kind of crazy when it comes to consoles. Like
That's true.
We have no idea. It could just be like a pogo stick with a screen on it, and that's a Nintendo console. Like
I mean, that's unique, and I'm sure it would.
it's a unique gameplay experience.
Yeah, authentic pogo stick action.
Yes, and then it counts. It'll be like play coins. It counts your jumps, and you can spend those jumps on
And
things in game.
with Street Pass support, you pogo by some friend on the street and swaps information.
Except this time it's more noticeable because you're both riding a freaking pogo stick
with a screen on it.
Exactly. Hey, Nintendo, hire us.
Yeah, and then it'd be the best. And then you could also use the pogo stick to power the screen.
Oh yeah.
Oh, like
one of those
percussive energy.
Yeah, like those flashlights you can wind up to power.
Yeah.
You could just have that, but for your pogo stick.
Man, I'm already seeing designs in my head of
that.
It encourages an active lifestyle, and if you're a little kid, you can't really sneak play that at night when your parents tell you to go to bed, because you'll just be in your room and just be hearing clunk, 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 and then they just be like, "Oh, you're playing your Nintendo pogo stick again."
Dude, great idea. If you want to play the new Zelda game, you pick up the pogo stick and use it as a sword.
Perfect.
Oh,
yes, yeah. It supports pogo stick TV play, and
they need a new enemy where you need to use the pogo stick item in game to jump on it.
Yes,
it's getting
and they'll use the gyroscope technology from the Wii Motion Plus.
Oh, goody!
Which will be great.
And then you'll be able to plug your pogo stick into your TV through HDMI. You just can't go too far back; it'll destroy your TV.
Yeah, no, they'll just use the same technology they use for the gamepad to wirelessly transmit it to a little HDMI stick to your television.
Hey, there you go.
There you go. And then it'll be great. And the great thing is you'll save on peripherals because you won't have to buy a second controller or anything for anyone. They'll just need to get their own.
They'll just need to get their own $300-$400 console.
Pogo stick.
It could just be an enclosure for Wii Remote, like the Guitar Hero guitars and the drums.
God.
You just plug the Wii Remote in, and then you got a Nintendo pogo stick.
Yep.
Or maybe a gamepad.
Mm-hmm. Either one. I don't know what the amiibo functionality would be, but
you place your amiibo on the floor and then you crush it with your pogo stick.
Jump on top of it and destroy it.
Oh, get rid of all those terrible amiibos.
No, you just duct tape it to the pogo stick and it works through near field communication.
Duct tape not included. You should have your own.
Yeah, but there is Nintendo brand duct tape that'll come with the console.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have to make sure you don't buy the Mad Catz brand.
But Mad Catz will have the turbo button.
On the duct tape? What?
Okay, I think it's time to end this podcast. You can find the GameBloc cast on SoundCloud and iTunes and Google Play now, so that'll be cool. Just more ways you can check us out. I think we're going to try to do Spotify too, but I don't know what that'll entail. You can also check us out at the GameBloc blog, which hasn't been updated recently, but hopefully it does soon. Also, Facebook and Twitter, those are the obvious ones. And thank you guys for listening. I'm Richie.
I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Kenny.
And thanks, guys. Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right, so anyone want to add anything to the notes, or are we just good to go?
I mean,
I think we're good.
Just do it, right?
Yep.
That's what Nike
tells us to do that.
And what's his name? Sean Connery, right?
What?
The guy who's
Shia
like,
LaBeouf.
do it! Yeah, that guy.
Sean Connery?
Shia LaBeouf.
Sean Connery
or Emperor
007.
Palpatine. Do it.
Do it.
Just do it. Sponsored by Nike.